All right. Oh, we haven't talked about GameStop in a long while, but they're back.
They're back, and they've expanded their retro gaming section. Now, I don't think any of these are actually new announcements. I think they're finally just rolling them out. I think when they actually announced their interest in getting back in, things like GameCube, Sega Saturn, and Game Boy Advance were definitely things that they were contemplating. But now, officially, GameCube, Xbox, Sega Saturn, Game Boy Advance, and more are now available. I personally feel like this is just opening. Well, with a lot of these being disc-based games, I feel like the chances of bootlegs and reproductions, that area goes down for them.
For GameCube, it does, sure.
GameCube, but for the bigger issue is here. I think Game Boy Advance is going to be a big seller for them, and Pokemon. And you talk to any GameStop employee or anyone who's ever bought from GameStop, and their ability to detect the number one selling Game Boy Advance games, Pokemon games, as bootlegs is slim to none. So just get ready for a lot of stories about bootleg Pokemon being, sent out to potential buyers. It's interesting to note that Smash Brothers Melee is they're pricing it at $49.99. That is considerably lower end for this title. We sell it for $60. Basically, every place I know of sells it for $60.
Sure.
There are places online that sell it for $70 to $80. But are you getting disc only? Are you getting it in the case? I mean, who knows?
You have to assume disc only because hell, the pictures on the website shows most of the GameCube games on all of them being disc only. Or disc. You cannot assume you're getting anything
else. That point, just for comparison, we sell a disc-only copy for like $25-$30. So at that point, you're getting hosed.
Double Dash, they're showing the disc here, $30. Animal Crossing, disc, $10. Remember, assume it's just a disc because it was a crapshoot with the other games. Some people got complete copies in box. Some people didn't. Some people bought PlayStation games and got disc only. Some people got the case as well. Yeah,
it's true.
It's buyer beware on GameStop. Not only for what you get with the game, but if the game's actually what you think it's going to be.
So I have to assume though, to a degree, that this is working out for them. Otherwise, why would they expand the selection?
Refurbished system, $40 for a GameCube for Indigo. Available for trade in select stores only. That's interesting.
But at the other point, I'm wondering if they're just going whole hog into this pig-headedly, hoping to make it stick. But GameStop's in such a place that I can't imagine that they would continue to roll out this initiative if it wasn't turning them over some money. All the stories about bootleg games and void warranty stickers over Sega CD expansion slots in the world are just a drop in the bucket as to what they're actually doing, and we don't really know what they're doing with this.
So here's some of the Game Boy. Pokemon Silver, $20. Crystal, that's $35. Let's see. You can get a refurbed Game Boy Advance SP for $50. That's a little high to me, because you don't know if it's a 101 or not. Pokemon Red, $25. Not a lot of Game Boy games. Pokemon Yellow, $25. You think they're testing the battery in all these?
I would hope
Especially
so.
ones like the crystals that
but probably
go a lot.
Gold, silver, crystal, all those batteries die quicker because there's an internal clock that's constantly running.
Golden Sun for GBA, $15. So it looks like they're being very, really careful about the types of Pokemon Ruby version, $13. How many of those are going to be bootlegs?
13? I mean, I've got to say that their pricing here is definitely lower end. I think they're really trying to get in there. I think they've probably done some research. They're looking around and they're trying to find these, undercut these prices. The question is, can they win the trust of enough consumers to make them a go-to place for retro games?
Yeah, but how many GBA games are going to be bootlegs that are turned in?
Well, yes, I realize that. That's why I said they need to win the trust of these consumers, and I don't know that that's going to
happen.
Do
they have the track record to do that?
No.
Remember, the frontline employees are the ones that have to reject these.
Right.
They're not going to give a shit and look to see, does it say Nintendo on the board or not underneath or whatever else.
And even if it does say Nintendo on the board, is the circle right? Is the font thickness correct? I mean, does the plastic feel fucking cheap? Did they actually look to see if it says Game Boy Advance across the top or just Advance? I mean, So yeah, you don't know. I almost feel like that a price of $13 for a copy of Pokemon Ruby is their way of saying we don't fucking know what you're gonna get, so we're just gonna take this gamble.
We just bought 1,000 off of AliExpress.
How many of you will notice?
Or pass it along the savings. No, the GameStop, don't sue me. You're not gonna do that. But please just check the boards. At least tell your employees to check the boards when they come in. At least do that, so you don't. Even if 10% are bootleg, at least.
It's as simple as going.
Yeah,
that seems legit.
Yeah, it looks legit.
Okay.
It doesn't say like made in Madagascar on it. It's all right. Oh well, we're gonna have probably a nice deluge of YouTube videos in the coming months. I ordered this game and this GameCube game Scratch doesn't work. Or I ordered this Pokemon game and it's a bootleg. I ordered this Pokemon Silver and the battery doesn't work and it wasn't tested. You know what's gonna happen.
Mm-hmm. Absolutely.
They're gonna roll right in.
Yeah. And
then they're going to move on to carrying Neo Geo high-end games worth $8,000. Those will be bootlegs. No, probably not.
And I just don't see the Xbox and the GameCube stuff necessarily being... I mean, GameCube's hot right now, but original Xbox games? Why? I mean, the amount they're going to give you for them is next to fucking nothing anyways. They're worthless.
Oh, they're even taking stuff like Gunstar Superheroes for GBA. So they're trying to get just a popular, like, familiar titles, I guess. I don't know.
Sure. Yeah, and that's part of, I think, what makes this a little less risky for GameStop.
Doom was on GBA?
Yes.
I had no idea.
So is Doom 2. They go for a bit.
They're pretty good versions?
They're really good ports.
Oh, wow.
They go for a considerable... They
want Doom.
They go for quite a bit.
They want 25.
Yeah, 25 for Doom, and I think it's closer to 50 for Doom 2.
I'm interested in checking those out.
They're good.
So, okay, you're gonna do an experiment. We should do an experiment and just... Fuck it. Throw around some dollars, see what we get. We should just join the podcast. Want to do that? Buy a GBA game, buy a couple of disc games, see what we get?
Maybe.
Come on, it's an investment. You in the comments, should we do that? I think that'd be funny.
Tax write-off.